Believe me when I tell you that no job is worth your peace of mind. Your job is a call to serve. Your job is supposed to support yourself, your personal development, as well as your career development, and not to drain you. So if you're currently job searching, job hunting, or maybe you've gone through this lineup of interview processes, or maybe you've been given an offer letter and you're in the middle of decision making, you're not sure whether to go for this job. Maybe you've seen some subtle signs and you're not sure if this workplace is a toxic workplace, if this workplace is an healthy environment, and if it's going to support your growth and personal development. So if this is you, stay behind to the end of this video, and if it's your first time here, you're welcome to SebunaTV. As always, I am Sebuna of SebunaTV from Nigeria. Thank you so much for being here. If you've not liked this video, do well to like this video, and if you've not subscribed to this channel, do well to subscribe. So diving right into 5 red flags to identify a toxic workplace. And the first on my list, trust me when I'm giving these red flags, I am one person who has had a fair share of working in toxic spaces. So believe me when I'm giving you these 5 red flags. Now the first one you want to check and look out for is vague and generic job adverts. Now you want to check. Sometimes when companies put out job adverts, you can already tell by the job adverts if this company is actually one you should be affiliated with. Now you see some job adverts that are not clear, they're not concise, they're not specific. Sometimes you can't even tell what company is advertising this particular job role. Then the descriptions look like they were just probably pulled out of ChatGPT or pulled out online. You know, probably they just googled job description of an operations manager and they just pasted it there and paid for advert placement. You can already tell by a job advert how structured, how healthy a work environment is actually, if you actually take your time to look at it. And there are some job adverts that are just generic. You just see that one job advert is advertising like 10 job roles. So now they're just listing out 1 operations manager, 2 human resource, 3 accountant, and there's no proper description, there's no job description, there's no proper explanation as to what they are expecting. There's no place where they are stating the compensation that is to be expected. They are not stating anything. It's just generic. It's just, you can just tell. Yes, you can just tell that no, by this job advert, I don't think this company is a company I want to be working with. So please, when you see such job adverts, please do your due diligence to ask the right questions. What company is this? What is expected of me? You know, go in details and research about this company before applying and dropping your CV. Yes, this is even another way to avoid scams. Yes, very true. So the second red flag to spot and identify a toxic workplace is lack of preparation and disorganization. Remember that we're talking about identifying them even before accepting the job offer. That's during the interview processes. Yes. Now, when you notice that while you're being scheduled for different interviews, there is no organization. For example, you're given a particular date for an interview. First of all, a proper structured workplace environment and structured human resource system would know that candidates and applicants are required to get at least 24 hours spacing before scheduled interviews. So when a company is putting out and sending you message that, oh, for example, this is today and say it's around 12 p.m. today, and then they're already telling you they want to schedule an interview for say in the next 5 hours, in the next 2 hours, or less than 24 hours, and you're feeling so rushed and pressured. You're not even given the opportunity to pick a suitable time and date for your interview, whether it's virtual or on-site. Yes, there should be proper preparation. You should be given that time to prepare for your interview. When you're feeling that, when you feel when you feel rushed and pressured during an interview process, that's a sign that that company is poorly structured. Their management structure is poor. They do not care about your well-being, and they do not entirely value their employees. You can already tell. Now, another thing that based on this same red flag is the fact that they are very, very disorganized. For example, you're scheduled for a virtual interview and you are there waiting at the door of the virtual room, the virtual meeting room, and you're waiting 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You have to call the recruiter or the HR manager. You have to text them, you have to send an email, to let them know that you are waiting. And this was something that was scheduled prior time, and now you have to be waiting for so long. That already shows that they do not value your time, they do not value your person, and it already reflects how they treat and value their own employees. It already shows that they do not have structure, their structure is faulty. Now, the third red flag on identifying a toxic workplace is undefined and unclear job title and career growth opportunities. Yes, when you go for an interview and it's almost as though there is no actual job title. I know some people say that, oh, job titles are not important, they are not so necessary, it's all about the role and everything. But then again, what is going to be written on your employment letter? What are you going to reference back on your CV? It is important that your job title is clearly defined. Why I'm saying this, because many people that don't like to give people defined job titles, you find out that some companies and interviewers will even tell you you are free to give yourself whatever job title you want. Just know that you are on a journey you're a journey towards an unhealthy work environment, and you're going to get to that point where you're going to be wearing many hats. You're going to be doing so many things. You're going to be working as a personal assistant, you're going to be working as an operations manager, you're going to be working as a facility manager, you're going to be working as an accountant, you're going to be working as a social media and content creator, you're going to be working in the market, you're going to be doing every and anything, because there was no clear and defined job title. There was no clear expectations from you. You just accepted a job offer without a job title, without clear expectations. What are you expecting? So make sure that they define the job title. If the job advert does not state a job title, ask what is expected of me. What is the title of this role? It is so important, and it reflects how this company thinks. It reflects the mindset of the management system. It just shows that you're about having a very poor experience in that company. Now, the fourth red flag in identifying a toxic workplace, it's poor work-life balance, like lack of work-life balance. Now, these are ways you can spot and identify poor work-life balance in a company just during the interview process. Now, first of all, this is something that a lot of people just ignore because of the desperation to get a job. There is no reason why you're accepting a job that is requiring you to work 7 days of the week. Even 6 days of the week, it's a lot. Because the truth about it is, if you do not have a job that encourages your work-life balance, because how else do you have time for other things that has to do with your life? You hear some interviewers say, oh, when you come into this job, we want you to have 100% attention on it. Is not possible to give your 100% to a particular job, because one thing is that you are human. Even the CEO of that company is human. He has a family, he has a business, he has a spiritual life, he has a social life. There are a lot of things that make up a human being and a person. So you cannot expect a candidate or an applicant or an employee to give you 100% of their time. That's you saying, give me your entire life. For how much? Do you understand? You should be able to make sure that this company you're working for, they have a sort of flexible structure in a way that you get to rest, you get to have ample rest, and you get to have time for other things. If not, trust me, by the second month, third month, you're already feeling overwhelmed, you're already experiencing burnout, you're already experiencing what do I call it now? Extreme exhaustion, because your entire life is revolved around your job, because you're not having enough time to rest. So please, as much as you can, avoid job offers that need you and require you to work almost every day of the week, 7 days of the week, 6 days of the week. We are even beginning to contest 5 days of the week, because we are looking at that 5 days of the week too is a lot, not to talk of 6 days, 7 days of of a week. You must make sure that it's work-life balance. Somebody will say, oh, what if the job is a fast-paced environment, or maybe like hospitality, for example. I have seen hospitality companies that give room for shifts, so they employ more, they get more employees and have them rotate shifts so that everyone can live a very balanced life. Now, the last but definitely not the least red flag to identify, a toxic workplace is the need and the pressure to accept a job offer. Now, when a company or a recruiter or an interviewer or whatever the case might be is pressurizing you to accept a job offer, meaning they're not giving you ample time, at least you should get at least 48 hours. That is my opinion. Probably it should be more, but for my opinion, I feel you should have a good 48 hours, 72 hours to be able to carefully evaluate and review the terms in the offer letter. When you find out that a company is giving you such close time, like they're not giving you enough time to be able to make a decision, they are putting you on a hot seat. If you don't make a decision within 24 hours, the role will be given to someone else. That already is giving and spelling out poor management, is giving and spelling out they do not care about you, they do not value you, and is giving toxic workplace. That is entirely, you should not be pressured to accept any offer. Be sure to read through your offer letter, read through the terms, check the salary they are offering. Is it a net salary, or is it going to be, are there going to be deductions like pension deductions and other deductions? Are you going to be getting exactly what has been stated in the job advert, or are there going to be further discussion? Check also the what's it called now, the benefits, the bonuses, the allowance. Ask the right question. Okay, is this commission based? Just ask all the questions. Be sure to ask all the questions, because that's your only opportunity to actually get the clarity that you need. As soon as you accept that offer, the opportunity to change the terms may never come, because you already signed it. Remember that an offer letter is a legal document. So when you're signing that offer letter, be sure that you are sure of what you are doing. Okay, and I pray especially that the Lord guides you. I pray that if you're watching this today and you're in the middle of decision making, as regards getting a job, I pray that God guides you. I pray that the wisdom of God guides you, and I pray that you're discerning enough to be able to know which job to go for and what to accept. And I pray, and I want to encourage you to make sure that you involve the Holy Spirit before accepting job. Make sure that you put God first, so that God can guide you on your decision, so you do not make a mistake. Okay, remember that we that are of God, we do not make a mistake. Nothing happens to us by chance. Okay, I love you so much, and of course in my next video, it's bye from me.